Hi everybody, got some really nice glaze results to share. The two salsa servers in the foreground here, they were both Castile over fog. This one, the Castile, was on the inside as well as the rim, whereas this one I only did it on the rim. I had bumped the rim on this one, and so I dipped it a second time in Castile, and I think that's why I had some glaze pull off the handle. But I think it's really pretty together. And then these are my general purpose bowls. Same size as the batter bowls, only without the spout. And the color on these is Mediterranean Mist over Chino. If you look at my video just before this one, you can see just how little Mediterranean Mist I put on, and you can see that it went all the way down to the bottom. So the Med Mist really moves. And the toad houses are just spectacular. I really like them. This one was spring green over chun plum. And this one was spring green over Chino with a little cream on the mushrooms. And this one was Mediterranean Mist over Chino with a little cream on the mushrooms. And this one, lurking in the dark here, is my favorite. That was the one that looked a little drippy. He's Chino with iron red and then cream on the mushrooms, which dripped down into the iron red and Chino and came up with all these beautiful colors. I'm partial to the flat top mushrooms too. So my experiments with chun plum and Mediterranean Mist came out pretty good. I'm not really a purple person, but someone who is, I think, will really like them. In all cases where the Med Mist moved down into the chun plum, it came out with some really pretty colors. You can see it in the bowls too. These are the batter bowls. It breaks to green and this really pretty cobalt blue, and then it gets a little bit foamy. And in all these cases, the chun plum was only one dip. And then here's my favorite piece. I dipped this bowl in chun plum, and then I took some turquoise from Laguna Moroccan sand, and I put it in a, well, what are they? They're the ketchup and mustard plastic dispensers. Anyway, I filled one of those up, and then I just squirted it around the rim, and it dripped down into the center, and then I mopped a little bit of it up out of the center because it started to puddle, and that's what I got. Looks really pretty. I'm losing my voice. So that's my favorite. That would be a great piece on somebody's coffee table. And these are all quite whimsical. And then, I'll move slowly, don't want to make you dizzy. This is spring green on the mugs. I put Chino from the bottom up about 3/4 of the way, and then I put spring green on the inside and down over the Chino. And you can see I got tricolor. Now I'm a green girl, so I just think they're beautiful. Now you take a look at that spring green on the top of this and realize that the top of the toad house is also solid spring green. One was on the bottom of the kiln and one was on the top, and they're exactly the same. So spring green seems to work really well. But you can see what it did when it mixed with the Chung Plum. I hope you can see that and it's not blurry. And then you can see what it did when it mixed with the cream. So I think it's a keeper. And the spring green was from, it's an Amico glaze, one of their Moroccan sand glazes, and I get it from Laguna. But it's spring green Moroccan sand. Okay, I'm bending down. I have to get up. Whew. So I'm pleased. It was a nice kiln opening. Oh, that plant, isn't that gorgeous? That's called a shrimp plant. Well, at least that's what the people who sold it to me call it. Okay, and then I did a lot of tests. So I'll do my best to make it so you can see what happened. Beautiful texture. I'm not sure. I'll have to come back to that. This one is spring green by itself. Okay, so we have cream over spring green. We have cream over Chung Plum. It's really pretty. I have fog over Chung Plum. The Chung Plum pretty much burnt out. You can see down here, it just completely disappeared. Maybe I didn't mix the batch before I dipped it. I'm not sure. You know, you have to mix all the time. I already showed you cream over spring green. This is Chung Plum over Mediterranean Mist. It's mostly blue, so I'll try that again. This is Umber Float over Spring Green. Oops. Umber Float over Spring Green. Then I did some little containers so I could get all the colors. Med Mist over Chung Plum, Spring Green over Chung Plum, Umber Float over Chino. Now that's nice. I'm pretty much looking at it at the same time I'm showing it to you. I've been so busy these last 12 hours. Poor me, so busy. And then some more tests. Let's see, Umber Float over Mediterranean Mist. Spring Green over Fog. Now that's really striking in person. Spring Green over Fog. Spring Green over Umber Float. Spectacular. I've got creamy beige and blue and green. Really nice. A little drippy. Looks like it's got to be done carefully, but that's beautiful. Chung Plum over Iron Red. You know, anything over Iron Red comes out pretty nice. And this is Spring Green over Iron Red. Lots of texture, a little drippy, really pretty. Dark, almost burgundy, breaking to a blue, to sort of a amber, and then beige and cream. Very nice. Umber Float over Iron Red. It's pretty, but it's kind of plain. That's pure Umber Float. Umber Float. That's a Potter's Choice glaze. Very nice. Not too drippy. That's probably 2 dips, knowing me. And then Umber Float over Chung Plum. Just subtly different and nice. Nice. I'm not remembering all this. I have little codes written on them, so you don't think I'm brilliant. Okay, up she goes. So, lots of tests, successful results, Castile over fog, Med Mist over Chino, some experiments with spring green, some experiments with Chung Plum and Mediterranean Mist, and a nice set of 4 mugs. I'm liking the finger grooves. I'm liking the size and shape of these. I think I found my mug. Thanks for watching.